God bless morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If I was in my at time I got reincarnated as a slime. So I'm talking about my custom character that I just introduced today or yesterday or today's. So he would be the Demon Lord, not milim naga, not the other Demon Lord's names. I forget their. No, he is the Demon Lord Chaz. As Demon Lord Chaz. So, or Jazz, should I say. Just to keep my insanity. So, he developed or actually, I developed in real life of when I created him. Him was, I had this dream where he was inside my own head telling me about the weirdest things. So let's get him out of my head before I start talking like him. Stop doing that to me. Sheesh. Sorry. See? So he and his sister, you could tell, is actually Demon Lord milim naga. So he's basically is a Demon Lord himself. But his parents banished him into a multiverse. Or like different like universe. Like a human world. Where so yeah. But Demon Lord milim was sad that they banished him into it. So but they know that he's gonna come back eventually. So then time progressed as he got summoned to that world as a let me go grab a picture for it. So this is what his human form, and yeah, he still contains a word like jazz. And man, so he became, of course he was with these students, and he knew Shizu real well. Plus he was also a big friend with her. So yeah. But one day the school was getting attacked by this armored Saurus. So it was when they were doing like outside thing. As students were panicking, like pretend like they're panicking, except for Jan. And yeah, he basically and he's calm in these situations, as he says, or he told Shizu that I'm gonna go take care of that creature for you. Oh, but I need a sword. And he says, here you go. And he, ready? Armored source is no match for me. So, as he goes in, and he goes, like, rips off its tendrils, like the ones that are on underneath his face, with just one slice. And he basically used his hardening sword ability. So, yeah. Time to... As he has the same look as Demon Lord milim, he says, prepare to die. He... Foul monster. As he straight up cut it into 1 million pieces. Yep. And he, like, she couldn't believe that her student and knows swordplay more than anyone. As he gets up, like, sheesh. As there was only, like, instead of one, there was two. So the other one, well, they meant Shizu. As he used his own voice. Wrath of the Thunder, as because he, when he was in the vault by Hell's Flare, how does it, or he says, how does it feel to be electricityfied and flame-defied? And he goes in. Yeah, that single lizard burnt to the crisp and got electrified. So, yeah, he's basically, and he says, huh. As Shizu's like, and he can, or she's thinking in her head, he can use multiple attacks at the same time. As he says, oh, a little bit sunburnt, but that's okay. But that's not what he said. So they're like, that was cool. Like, you who just, like, as he says, huh, yeah, but it takes way more practice to get, yeah, as he, like, cleansed on, plus he was banished to there, or from the that world to a human world and got brought back, should I say. So, yeah, he's basically like, he got, and he says, or actually, Sisu says, as long as you're alive, that's all is important in this world. Yeah. So, the city of something, not Gorgon thing, but that greedy city with those three. So, that has those three. So, he basically, or they basically, he heard about Sisu who got killed. As he's, of course, she actually, when they were like kids, and she always finds him attractive. So, yeah. As when they heard that, or when he heard that Sisu's like dead, he erupts like a volcano. Like, and every morning when he gets up, and like, he is always the first one, as he gives the, or he gets like an apple every single day to her. So that was kindness to them. So, yeah. Huh? So, yeah. And he tells her, or because she remembers that he always is so kind, that's what he wanted. To be kind to everybody. Okay? So, he doesn't remember his sister, so. But, man, his sister does remember him. So, yeah. Then this cranky guy says, well, or actually, these three people went and hit their final member is, of course, my character. This is not totally accurate to my character, but I'm just using it. So, then so he ends up battling with those three to go cause some havoc in it. But he's thinking the opposite. He's not, as he's too kind. As one person that has his attention thing, or that pays attention to him, is her. So, yeah. So she always does like that face thing. So she knows that he might. But they all know, or actually, the king and them hired him, and so those four, or so he ends up saying, he ends up having, or he always thinks about those students. How will they feel if, as hilarious thing, he already met Rimuru Tempest before. So, yeah. And so he's basically, or this is his link. So, yeah. He still has, or this is like accurate. So, this is his hair color. So, yeah. So they were like, okay. So, yeah. They went with him. As he thinks more kind heart. Being all crazy and violent is not getting anyone. So that's what he thinks in his head. And usually he notices that he's feels like not one of us or them. So he ends up saying, "Are you doing alright?" Yeah, just thinking about how we all used to be human, or we're all still humans to we were brought into this world. Okay? But I'm nothing like you. Or I'm compared to, sorry if I'm getting angry. It's how this is, he says that. Sorry if I get angry at yeah, it's just need to talk to, okay? Or say what I have in my head, okay? So those three agree. As he says, one thing that really taught me, hey, is being too reckless is just not enough. Oh. And he's immortal, by the way. He can never get killed. So, plus, if he does get killed, he can survive or revive himself. So, yeah. Then they're like, or he's like, huh. Well, no wonder why you always be so, like, I know that we accept you who you are. As when they were walking all the way from the kingdom to there, then that happened. So he ends up thinking in his head, plus, actually, through the entire ride, thing, like all the way from there to here, or from that castle to the state of monsters. She was like had or wrapped her arms around his arm. So he thinks, in his head, I know these three are humans, and I don't know who I am anymore. So, yeah. Because he always talked to Shizu about it, about how much he had. He always wrote it down, too. So, if, nothing, if anything happens to you, Shizu, or he always says, or he always wrote it down. If anything happens to you, my favorite teacher, then I'll take care of those students, no matter who gets in my way. As one day he actually asked Shizu if because that same question. So he says, because he had that red eye thing that can tell a person's future and like death thing. So yeah. So he tells her that. And so she always says, if anything bad happens to me, don't worry. I'll always be here for you. So, yeah. So, I forget her name, but she always cared about him. So she says, I'll be here with you. So they were causing some havoc. As he says, don't worry. As he was encountering these two. And so, yeah. He basically told Shion, or I forget which one, and my character told her, the purple-haired girl, and that he can predict her future, so, or a couple minutes, so yeah, he ends up teleporting her to his pocket universe with her. So, as he says, I know that your brother will probably get mad at me for it. But, so he stops the entire thing. Like, he saved a goblin kid and a rest of a goblins when he teleported everybody on those goblins and like monsters and like other humans. And he gets killed. As they all like left. As because so she notices that he's not, or she felt that feeling of someone got killed. So, and she's like overprotective, or like his sister kind. So, or actually, because Demon Lord Milim is mind controlled by that crazy man. So she ends up like go tell Raz as that don't die on and we all still care. And the barrier that they put up, as he says, as they retreat, and yeah. So a got in as he walks, or as they left before. So then with those three. So we will take care of them. As or they all like left him, like, so he as he's, of course, Rimuru shows up. This man, then Rimuru is that, or he actually says a human name of him as Jan, as he, how, as they know that he knows what the heck, as he says, well, what happened to the rest of the party? Well, as he always kept saying his name, as he told them that it was a small party first before a big bang, like decoration of like war thing. So Rimuru's like, what happened to the monsters? Don't worry about them. as he's bleeding like crazy. So, as he says, this force shield thing is too weak or too strong for even your monster or us monsters. And okay, as he remember when he regained his consciousness, like when he regained his memory, it's been so long, so he still has like what's holding him back is their faces from getting too much. So he learned his lesson. So now, as he says, now we will, as he he told him everything. Rimuru's like, huh, you always seem so honest with people, aren't you? Yeah. And I did remember as his pocket universe could see his or could hear his conversation. They were inside of his head. As they couldn't believe that Rimuru used to know him as the man who tells the truth. So, yeah. That's his nickname. So, yeah. So let's bring everyone back. As in this what if, he does become a demon lord because he acquired a seed thing. But he brought everyone back. So, yeah. He said, ready, Rimuru? Or, ready? Ready? Set? I mean, my name, you know what they used to call me? Or other demon lords call him Reckless Demon. So, yeah. He ends up telling him that he's a demon lord. Plus, before, like when Rimuru was at that school, one of them always tells Rimuru that when they always remember that he saved the entire school by like killing a armored Saurus by himself, or 2 armored Sauruses by himself, as As he says, you must be strong. So, yeah. As then it dawns on him, there's, you ever heard of a story called A Man That Always Tells the Truth? As they told him, or actually Rimuru told him a story about how he's always so kind-hearted and told the truth all the time. Never lied once. So, yeah. He develops a personality. So, then he became this, or he got back to it as he says, Or actually, yeah, he goes to all four corners before. Or actually, can there be some assistance? I can do it without. Seeing that I'm a demon lord of, and my official title is Reckless Demon. And he never heard him use that term, reckless demon. And he says, well, if you were living where I was living, then you'll understand. See, Demon Lord milim Naga, she got the destruction thing. But I am more of the reckless and crazy. But as he has given me a word, and I know that and you will pair it up with and the old man, and I always forget their names. So the old man and the orc lord and the two goblin riders. To go to like where they're at. So yeah. Alright. And he's buffed. He's like, because he's a demon lord, he can basically reckless. So they went and like did all that stuff. As he says, good to see you three again. Or you two. As it was him and him. So she was sleeping. As he says, you, all three of you are so gonna be killed by me. Or by us. You know why after it got killed and revived, now I remember who I was. The Demon Lord Hearn I'll just say Chaz, but because it's just so hilarious. So, Demon Lord Chaz, everyone heard that name, and they were freaking out because he did not know that because how powerful he is. Yeah. So he says, huh, you're a demon lord enchantment. Interesting. A kid that never hurt a fly became a demon lord. Huh. What if, what if I told you that you were wrong, actually? You should just set it backwards. The demon lord became a man that never hurts. Okay? So, I use this move a lot more. As he wrapped us asunder and followed by flames of hatred. As she immediately woke up, she came out and saw like literal fire and lightning and like the ground shook. As he says, huh, well, he says, well, you're pretty powerful, demon lord, but no matter. S3 will defeat you. Well, berserker. As he goes in like a blink of an eye. Yeah, he's fast as lightning. So he grabs him and took away his like berserker and took away his like all-seeing thing and like into his own body. Like, so he goes and looks at I feel alive again. As he goes in and instead of like he's just holding her in the air. As, yeah, he's absorbing her skills. As he says to him or to her that I might send you back to the human world. I'm generous like that. So, as he sent those three back to the like that other world, as he feels better, as a old man came out of nowhere. I don't have the picture, but I'll just use this one because he actually, my character actually does transform into here. But so the old man's like, huh, I see that you're still alive. Or should I say Demon Lord Chasman? Or Chaz? Sorry. So he's basically says, huh, compared to my sister, I'm not all bad. I regained all my memories because of that hit in the head. So he goes and like, as part of his body was, or he told them that if you want someone as he used So, yeah. As he gets passed out, or not, Rimuru gets passed out, but the Demon Lord, or black or red, or I'm kind of confused about that. So he and Demon Lord Cinnamon were talking about him. It's been a long time since I've seen you before. Yes. Well, it's been so long since I've seen you too. Well, gosh dang it, I forgot to ask Rimuru. As he says that, probably when he wakes up. But he might have a short-term memory thing because of his sleep thing. So, as they couldn't help them that heard that the Demon Lord and Kenman, the legendary Reckless one, so is back. So they sorry. So they were, of course, he says, well, between both of you, can I help you? Yes. You're the big brother to Demon Lord milim. Am I right? Yeah. So, and where is she, by the way? As they looked at themselves as, well, they are now controlling her. They what? Who's controlling my sister? As, yeah. So, yeah. They ended up explaining what happened. Ooh, they are really starting to tick me off. As he goes and flies all the way, like at supersonic speeds, to Clayman's domain. As he goes, and when he saw his sister getting beaten up by Clayman, he gets whacked in the, like, he says, well, someone needs to be in the same boat as me. As when Demon Lord milim heard his voice, they couldn't believe that he has returned. As, yeah, he basically beating the snot out of Clayman, and as he gets out there, and he says, after the thunder and the flames of destruction, and like he does everything, and Clayman is no more. As he basically also devoured his power. Yeah, so he became the wisest man, or the Demon Lord, her ultimate demon. So, yeah. Yeah, his both eyes, he only had one red eye and one blue eye. But when he became full berserk, like he absorbed all the. As he walks over to his sister and takes that purple necklace thing off of her, so that no one can and possess her, as she's happy that her brother's back. It's been so long, sister. It's almost, I forgot about how that was. As she remembers him so well. So, yeah. Then like a meeting thing. Yeah. But they said, as he basically did kill Clayman. So he's like, huh. Why are those two here? Or he was in his like ultimate demon thing. He says, why are they here? As both of them, like her and the guy that has like red hair in the back, says, huh, now you're over exaggerating. So, yeah. So she walks up to him and says, huh. Yeah, so they were like, huh, good to see you back. Well, I had to think of a lot of things. But I did a lot. So, of thinking. So he became, as Rimuru asked, and whatever happened to Clayman, as he says, oh, that bozo, I killed him. And the man, as every demon lord couldn't believe that he says, huh, how was you, demon lord Milim, her sister? As, yeah, she's saying, good. As instead of calling him Rimuru, he calls him by his like old name. As he says, huh, well, I still can't get over, how do you remember me? All those, well, I am a little bit ticked off, but not as much. As he walks around, and yeah. So, they couldn't believe that of course, actually all the or that vampire higher demon lord, or I forget his name, but was battling against him. So he says, huh. As he literally being like a literal monster, as yeah, he kills them, and yeah, all that stuff, everything. So now, and yeah, he does meet him eventually before, as or but before he says, I'm gonna go check on those classmates of mine that I used to, as so they went, or he went in full on sprint, like he actually teleports to them, as he knocks, as he says, wonder who that would be. They're asking, as yeah, he basically like or he looked over. It's been a long time since I've seen you. As they see this big tall guy walks in, as he says, no need to panic. As he remembers their names, as they were like, who is he? Wow, I'm Chazman, or Chaz, remember? So then they remembered, and they said, glad you're back. Yeah, but I am gonna leave again. But I wanted to drop by and say hi to all of you and visit with you. Okay? As they know who Chadman is. Okay? So, yeah. As he asked, what's with the big cape thing? As he says, this is my Demon Lord cape. I call it that because I'm actually is a Demon Lord of Reckless. So they couldn't believe that there's one of their classmates is actually a Demon Lord. So yeah, he visits with them. As he goes, is everything doing okay? Yeah. As when he walks back, he does talk to Shizu when she's like, yeah, I filled the promise, but as then out of nowhere, she came out of nowhere, and you don't keep or you keep a promise up, don't you? Huh. Demon Lord, or actually, Chanman, or should I say Demon Lord Chanman? Huh. Yeah. But I'm glad to see you up and at 'em. Huh. Yeah. Of course, she did like that same moves, but he says, "Huh. Well, your demon, my, you know why I choose, or I wasn't asked to be born like this." So, as he catches a dead end rainbow with his 2 fingers, so yeah, he basically became, or he was immune by like every attack, like. So he actually did break the sword urn with just his fingers. She says, "That's impressive. How did you do that without..." Huh. Well, dead end rainbow swords doesn't affect me. So, of course, Demon Lord Milim was watching from far away, as she couldn't believe that her own brother is the strongest one. Because all the demon lords know that between Demon Lord and or Jazz, huh? Yeah. Oh, this video has gone too long, so sorry. So bye.